Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Alpha and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. So the events have gone live. Which events am I talking about? You already know. We've got the Anomalous one for Embry's 5-star soul, and we've also got your Hero's Path for Mavara's 5-star soul. Now I am going to talk about this Anomalous one first, just because I think A, it's more free to play friendly, and B, it's the better soul in my opinion, by far. So Embry's is going to gain massively from both your accuracy and your crit damage, even your HP stat as well. Whereas Mavara, she's not going to gain as much in sense of what this 5-star soul offers. Like, she don't really need the damage, she don't really need the accuracy. So in my opinion, yeah, Embry's is the way to go. Now normally these Titan events I'd say are a lot more free to play friendly. However, like I did mention yesterday, this one is going to have a theme set around it, and that theme is going to be each one of these tournaments that have got for this are either going to be a turn attack one or some type of special event, if that be faction specific, or it could even be the fact that it will be, say, use only epics, stuff like that. And if they decide to do something like insanely stupid, with this being a mythical, so they could do like a stupid event like they did with the spider, which was using uncommons, that is going to be absolutely dreadful if they do that, because how many people have built up uncommon champions? Endgame people may have done this, but for the likes of the majority of the player base, I'd say we haven't done this. So myself included, I haven't upgraded any of my uncommons. None of them, I don't believe, are at level 60. One of them is. My Omega is at 60. So if they do an event like that, it's just going to be absolutely dreadful. However, I will still get it done. I'll just have to drop to a lower mission to do it. So it's not going to be ideal. It is something that I'm going to do because I really want this 5-star soul. Not going to be most energy efficient, but you know, if needs must, it is something that I will do. So yeah, not ideal for the fact that the tournaments, they are set out like that. However, it is a mythical soul. How often is this going to come about? These rewards, these are standard. So you've got your 1-star on your milestone 1. You've got your like other rewards on milestone 2. I'm not quite sure if this gold chest has normally got this little ribbon on here. I will just have a quick look at these rewards. So the rewards in here, I mean, they're not bad. For a milestone 2 ones, not bad. You've got your 4-star chicken, which is quite good for earlier game people. I'm not really fussed about this, same as the epic book, not fussed about it. For me, the worst reward in here is actually this 5-star chaos or the epic chaos or like, this is just not beneficial to me at all. I don't tend to use 4-star chickens or epic books that much, but I will use them in areas such as this mixed fusion that we just had, for instance. There wasn't a champ chase going on at the very end of it, so I used chickens instead of actual champions to level up the last of my Mavara. So they do come in handy every now and again. The epic books, I can get points in CVC for using them. So they do come in handy for points there, whereas a Chaosar, it's just nothing really. It's a 5-star one. It's not really that beneficial to my account, and yeah, just not great. Best ones, like I say, is either gems, which can transfer into energy, or me void. So ancients, they can be useful. So that's where I'm at in regards to that. This milestone 3, I mean, you've got your 3-star here, which is pretty decent. The biggest shock to me on the whole of this thing is the fact that this fusion token is in milestone 4. I was not expecting this at all. This Immortal Soulstone's lovely to be in milestone 4. It tends to be here, to be fair, but yeah, I always like to get that as well. But this was the big surprise to me, the fact that this is in milestone 4. I was expecting it to be in milestone 5, and I was expecting it to be quite high. I was expecting it to be around this spot right here. So I don't know if Polarium have actually made a mistake here putting it here, because to me, I'd value this, and I expect that the majority of you guys as well value this a lot higher than what you do a 3-star basalt. Let me know if I'm wrong there, but in the future I can probably see them moving this to milestone 5 and switching out with at least this reward. So that wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if they were to do that, if this is something that they're going to continue implementing. So it may or may not be. It's the first time that they've done this, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, the fact that this is here, I mean, if you've already got your 5-star soul for this, and you was just doing this for your fusion token, it's just made this event so much cheaper for you. So it is welcome that it's here, it's just, it was a surprise to me. So on this 5th page then, I mean, these rewards are always good, and I just think that they're just really, really good. Free to play, you know, mythic book, legendary book, you got Void Shard in here, what more can you ask for, you know, you got your 5-star chicken. Yeah, really, really good. XP barrel, not really bothered about that. And your rank 3 basalt, not bothered about it. But yeah, I could see the fusion thing being moved over here in future. So that's basically all that I wanted to say about this Anomalous Titan event. I am going for this 5-star soul, like I've said, regardless of what the events throw at me. If I have to be less efficient than normal, then it's something that I will do. So let's have a look at this hero's path then for your 5-star for Mavara. So, I mean, I did state yesterday I didn't know whether or not I was going to go for the 5-star soul, and it's just going to depend on the amount of points it's going to take to get here. Now, the more that I thought about it, the more that I thought, you know what, I'm just not going to do it, because it's not worth giving up on the next fusion, and her 5-star soul doesn't benefit her in the way that Embreeze's does. You know, she doesn't really need the damage, and she doesn't need the accuracy. Now, the 5-star soul would be nice for her. I just don't think that it's going to be worth it shard wise. It has took me ages to get to the point where I'm at in regards to shards, and I'm just now comfortable, you know, where I know if there's an event that pops up where I do want to participate in it, I'm practically guaranteed it, you know. It's not something that I'm going to struggle with. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm back to like, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to do that? Free to play, I am sitting comfortable now. So I think that I'm just going to give this a wide berth anyway. However, this is not bad value. Like, if you want to go for this and you're not bothered about the next fusion, but bear in mind as well, not only the next fusion, we're probably going to have another collab. And is there going to be a guaranteed champion for shards there? Are you going to be able to do that? There is speculation that it's going to be a Mortal Kombat one. I mean, whether or not that's going to be true or not, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, is this 5-star soul worth giving up potential of that? That's something you're going to have to make up your mind for. But in regards to this, the route that I'm going to take for this, so I am definitely going to have to pick up 200 of these Titan points. And that's to keep me on track for my Embreeze. Embreeze I'm 100% going for. So I did say everybody, I think, should be going for this. So 200 points minimum is what you're going to need. The good thing about this is that if you're still on the fence whether or not you're going for Mavara, you can always just take this left-hand route. So left hand, both sides, and then that way you can just end here and then decide whether or not you want to pull extra shards to get Mavara after you've already done this. So it is kind of nice that they've set it up like this. If you're just going for the Titans points, so if you've already decided that you're not going for this 5-star soul, so either you're just not bothered about it, or you just haven't got the resources, so this is all you're going for. It's up to you whether or not you go the left or the right hand side. So it is the same regardless of which route it is that you take. The only thing it really is going to be where you're at in the game. So if you find more value in these chaos shards, then go this way. If you struggle with areas such as your champion training and whatnot, so leveling up your champions, maybe 40 brews is actually better for you. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Do whichever one is more beneficial for your account. So myself, I am going to come this left hand way, and that way if I decide to go for this Mavara, maybe I will. I don't think that I'm going to do. I'm about 90% sure that I'm not going to go for her. But yeah, I am going to come this way, so I am going to come straight down the left hand path here, and I'm going to go all the way down. And now I do have to pick up this key. No matter which way that you're going for, you do have to pick up your key, and that's because there is a lock on each one of these sections. So you're going to have to pick up your key here, and then come through and unlock your lock, pick up this, and then you can end here. So just to get this to this point, so if you come through your 500, through your 1000, 2500, 4000, 7500, pick up your key at 1000, down through this extra 1000, down your 2000, open up your lock, 7500, boom, call it a day. That's going to cost you 27,000 of these hero coins, right? So 27,000 coins, if you transfer that over to sacred shards, 27,000 divided by your 4,500, it's exactly 6. So exactly 6 sacred shards to get 200 Titan points. That, I think, is pretty darn good value. And not only that, it's not going to cost you 6, is it? Because you're going to be running dungeons as well, so it's going to be less than 6. So the only thing is, there is no tournaments or anything today, but you can just throw it into any random dungeon, you know? It's up to you what you do with it. Normally what I do on these hero paths is I do use ancient shards, because you get much more value for ancient shards in the likes of one of these hero paths than what you do in a summoning. Yeah, the fact that we've got a 2x ancient shard coming up, I'm not going to be doing ancients, I will do sacred shards. So I'm going to leave this for the last day, so I will pick up any points that I can get through running dungeons, and then on the last day, that's when I'll use shards to make up whatever left is required for these points. That's the way that I suggest you guys approach this as well. So pick up whatever points that you can from running the dungeons. It's probably going to be normal 20 just because of the restrictions that we got on it. Like I said, they are going to be turn attacks and they're going to be special rules. So it's probably going to be the case that it's running normal 20. May actually be lower in some circumstances. It just depends on what they throw at us. But these all do add up, especially over, is it 4 days? 4 days, yep. So do that first, and then last minute, you know, not actually last minute, but, you know, end of your day, make sure that you do your summons and make up whatever points it is, depending on where you're going. So that's what I'd advise you guys do. That's the approach that I'm going to take. I am just going for the 200 from here because we can skip out on 250 points. So I'm not going to overshoot this, and I think this is probably the best area to do it. We are going to get the champion chase later on, and hopefully that is going to fall in line with the 2x ancients. That's why I said I will not be doing ancients for this. So that's going to be my plan of action for this. I don't believe that I'm going for Mavara. I am just going to go and get me 200 of these Titan points and then call it a day. So if you are going for Mavara, by the way, so obviously it's going to be your 27,000 points, which is your 6 sacred shards to get to here. And then on top of that, you're going to have your 9,000 and your 50,000. So an extra 59,000 on top of 27,000, it comes to 86,000 points, right? So 86,000 points, you divide that by 4,500, comes out at just over 19 sacreds, so 19.11 sacred shards. So if that's something that you want to be doing, I mean, it's up to you. It doesn't seem like it's actually that much, to be fair. I mean, normally it's like 20 in it. So the fact that you've already got to come through and use 6 anyway, you've got to use 6 anyway here, so it's only an extra 13. If you look at it that way, it's not actually too bad. However, for me, if there is a guaranteed champion for like the next collab, if it's Mortal Kombat or not, it is something that I do try and pick up. So I am going to hold on to my shards for that, and I don't want to give up on the next fusion. A lot of you guys, like I said, you're not going to be sitting on this kind of shard count, so you need to make up your mind whether or not you're going to do the same as me, hold on to your shards, or you're going to just gamble anyway for that 5-star soul. Like I've said, I don't think it's going to be as impactful for her as what other champion souls are. So that's my 2 penneth anyway onto these 2 events. It is the approach that I'm going to be taking. So I am going to be going all the way for this Titan path, and I've said if I have to drop and be less than efficient, then that's what I'm going to do. In regards to the hero path, I am going to come the left hand route, and I am going to pick up these 200 points. I don't believe that I'm going for this Mavara one. There's no tournament or anything going on today to earn points from, so you can just throw it in any dungeon that you want to do. There is, however, the Ice Golem, I believe it is, the turn attack one that starts tomorrow, and for that reason you could be trying to improve your speeds on your Ice Golem. That way, you know, if you can get a team put together that's going to take less turns, it is going to be more beneficial for you moving forward tomorrow. But it doesn't necessarily have to be Ice Golem, because like I say, it is going to be a theme throughout this. It could be your dragon, it could be your spider. They're all going to be turn attacked or special events. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. I hope that you found it helpful. If it has been helpful, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one.